a Ferrari. Hi folks, welcome. I'm Alex Burnham, and today I've got a little motorsport mystery. I've got this cine film with some unknown racing on it. I'm going to digitise it and then we'll watch it and see what we've got. Let's jump into the film and see what's on it. So, instant impressions, sports cars, obviously. By the look of them, I'm going to say we're in the 1960s, basing it not just on the cars, but on the track, what's on the track side, the type of film that's being used, the colours and that sort of thing. So I'm going to say 1960s sports cars. I don't know where it is, to be honest. I don't recognise this track straight away. Now this film came with no indication as to where it was from, what was on it, so this track could be absolutely anywhere. Oh, interesting little single-seaters. Now they look quite American to me. I'm wondering whether we've got 1960s American circuit, which might be why I don't recognise it straight away. Jink corner there, going through. What we really need is something to really define this. Sometimes the person filming this will have taken a shot of the programme of the day or something like that, maybe a sign of the racetrack. Something that will give us a clue as to what it is. At the moment I've got nothing. This is a race circuit, definitely America, look at that, but it could be anything. A Ferrari. Now Ferraris are very useful. We'll be able to track this race from that car. You see, Ferraris, they're quite popular, and so lots of people have collected all the information and they document it, so we can use that to identify what event we're looking at in this film. By looking on the internet, we can go to a really useful website called Barchetta. You can see here on this website we've got registries of Ferraris, registries that we can use to find our car. If we go onto this page, we can scroll through when cars were made or their serial numbers, depending on what we think it is. Now I think this is a Ferrari 250. It's not the GTO. I think it might be a short wheelbase. We've got our list here of all the Ferrari 250 short wheelbases ever made. What we need to do is go through each one in turn, and we can find out things like, well, like this probably isn't our car. This one was red and didn't do any racing, so we can dismiss that. I just need to follow through all of these cars. Now this one, although it was red, sometimes they get repainted, so that's not the end of the world, and it raced, but it was racing mostly in Europe by the look of it, so that's probably not our car. So all I need to do now is scroll through every car and find the one that matches what we've got on our video. Now this is looking good. This car was grey metallic, silver in my book. Doesn't mention the yellow nose, but it does show that it was racing in period in 62, car number 8. That's the same as what's on our cine film. SCCA, Sports Car Club of America. It raced at several tracks with number 8 in 1962, driven by a guy called Doug Team. Now this could be Road America. Doesn't look like Road America. What we need is something from the video that can verify which event we're at. So we'll keep on watching. Hopefully we can find something else within the footage shot on that 8mm cine film that can give us confirmation of where we are. Now a lot of the cars racing here, Corvettes, AC Cobras, lots of them were made, lots of them were raced, and they're not as well documented as the Ferraris, so it's not so easy for me to trace. I need something that can really pinpoint my sort of tribe there. I think Lotus. It's a good mixed grid, and another Ferrari. We can use this in the same way we just did with the 250. We can trace this one. Now I think this is an older car. This is one of the Testarossas. So we'll use the same Barchetta website, and we will have a look through and see what we can find. Yeah, okay, so Ferrari 250 Testarossa. So if we can, again, search through all of those serial numbers, we should be able to identify the car. Alright, I think I've got it. Ferrari 250 Testarossa, chassis number 0748TR, built in 1958. And as we go down, we can find it raced with number 9 on the door, same as in our cine film, at Sports Car Club of America race of Lake Garnett, which matches to the silver Ferrari. This one, the Testarossa, driven by a guy called Gary Wilson. And so we've got two cars that we can place at the same event, which is pretty good confirmation as to what we have. So that's interesting. Now, I've got to say, Lake Garnett isn't a circuit I particularly know, so I need to have a bit of a look into that, I think. So a bit of a quick Google search, and we've discovered some stuff about Lake Garnett. We've got a map of Lake Garnett race circuit, quite literally running around a lake, so name makes sense. And this, hopefully, we can tie up with what we see on our cine film. A lot of these corners, they don't really stand out to me. It's a bit hard to place. See, that shot could be one of many places, maybe, on the circuit. I can't really place any of these corners or straights, and without sort of an obvious pit building or something like that, it's not really helping me identify where our cameraman might have been stood. Now, remember that sort of jinking shot? I think we might have found it. This section here on the circuit is marked as the corkscrew, rather optimistically by the look of that, but it's a sort of a jinking through the trees and then onto that fast sort of right hand bend, and as we watch a car going through, I think that could well be it. So I think our cameraman has probably stood down here on the inside of the circuit filming towards that corner. So I'm pretty sure we've got the right venue, got the right cars. Let's find out how our drivers did in that race. So a bit of searching online, and I've discovered a page which is listing all of the SCCA results. I can go to 1962, and there's lots of them because they split the races into categories, so different size of engine, different car, that sort of thing. So we need to find Lake Garnett. There we have it. So we need to find which class our car was racing in. Let's see if we can get a Ferrari on any of these. There we go. And more confirmation. So we've got in the Class A, B and C production sports car race at Lake Garnett, we've got our Ferrari 250 GT short wheelbase with the chassis number 3005 GT, which links to the one we found earlier, driven by Doug Team, and he came second in his heat, so not too bad, beaten by a chap called Dick Thompson in a Chevrolet Corvette. What we need, however, is to find out about that Testarossa. How did that do? Testarossa not so well. In his heat, he was, well, 14th. Number 9, Gary Wilson in his Ferrari. But there might be a good reason for that. On the Barchetta website, it's mentioned that this car had an engine change. It wasn't running its original Ferrari engine. What power plant was in it? Well, that's a mystery, unfortunately. But maybe that's the reason why it wasn't quite as quick on the day. Last thing I'm going to look up is where this track is, because I've got no idea. On here we can see, I've done a Google Maps search. We found Lake Garnett. You can see the lake, you can see the outline of the track, still quite visible, some park roads and that sort of thing. And as we zoom out, we'll find out, just south of Kansas City, which will put it, there we go, pretty much slap bang in the middle of America. So there we have it, a mini motorsport mystery solved. On our cine film, we've got some home shot footage of a Sports Car Club of America race. This took place July 7th and 8th, 1962, and a small, less used track of Lake Garnett, right bang in the centre of America. Well, there we have it, guys. Thanks for watching my video. Do check out some of the other mini motorsport mystery videos I've put up, and I'll catch you next time.